So let's return to Techno Titan and see what happens next. They get new leadership. This often has to happen with a company that needs to change. If the leaders have brought them there and they can't easily change, then you need to bring in a fresh perspective. They've looked at their myth of being the wise guardians of the space for their clients, and they've changed that myth to an expert explorer. Techno Titans are expert explorers. And an explorer doesn't always go just to a place where they've been before. An expert explorer has the experience of going to places that are new, so they know how to navigate new situations. It's not that they've solved the problem, but they've learned how to guide people through new things. And that is the place of a futurist. That is the place of a coach, to really help people to explore that as yet unexplored future. They redesigned their logo, they changed their corporate head office, they moved some companies in branches into different buildings so that there was a new, fresh feeling. They instituted Explorer Awards for their people to encourage innovation and risk. So instead of punishing them for risk, they're now rewarding it, because the more we learn about innovation and risk, the more value we can bring to the clients. They essentially changed their myth from the castle keepers to the expert Sherpas who will take people on this journey. So that's their myth and metaphor right at the bottom, challenging everything that was in that organization beforehand. The next thing that they look at is now to explore their worldview. And they have to learn to embrace uncertainty. Their worldview moves from, we are experienced, we know what to do, we've got all these years of insight. Now their worldview is everything is changing, and stability in an organization now comes from adaptability, being able to respond. They've replaced that old belief of everything being rigid. They are learning from their customers. Rather than assuming that they know better than their customers. Their success comes through their ecosystem, not through bigger is better, and scale is the most important thing. They're looking at innovation through collaboration. Instead of seeing everybody else as competitors, they're working out how can they work with people. They've got customer co-creation councils. They've got reverse mentoring within the organization, so younger people can mentor older people with an understanding of the new things that are happening in the world at the moment. They're celebrating failure as a learning opportunity. They really have fundamentally changed their entire worldview about the place that they operate in. And that means, because they've changed their worldview, that their systems have to adapt. They are now enabling agility. And that means that there's a whole lot of old CRM systems that have to be removed. They have to break, destroy, eliminate the systems that were in place that held them in place, and move them away and find out now how can they respond. So now they've got an API program instead of a CRM. They've changed to agile methodology and project management. They can now get changes out in 2 weeks instead of 18 months in the previous process. They're looking at innovation and problem solving and cross-function collaboration. They are really redesigning every system that they use in that organization. Everything from recruitment, training within the company, to customer acquisition, to delivering on products, to their marketing, to how they compensate their employees. Every system has been changed. And the litany at the top, Techno Titans reinvents enterprise software. Their revenue is going up, their churn rate is going down, their sales cycle is shortened. People are applying and on a waiting list to join this particular company because they have reinvented themselves from the bottom up. We can do the same in anything that is a problem that we're addressing in our lives. Explore those systems, go down to the bottom, and then recraft them all the way back up again, re-engineer a way to change everything on that causal-led analysis model so that we end up in a world that has the results that we're looking for.